All right, everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to Ron on Ron. Now, the reason why I'm calling it Ron on Ron because I'm giving you a little bit of tech news, as well as little stuff that's sourced through my mind dealing with tech. So I'm merging both together, my tech vlogs and my Q&As. I'm merging them together, and the new segment is Ron on Ron. All right, I'm not gonna bore you too long. Let's get right into the Q&A that I have for you. All right. Question number one, is Steam calling it quits on certain Windows operating system? Yes, they are. They are calling it quits. As I was reading the source with that, they are calling it quits on Windows 7 and Windows 8.1. Now, we all know that Windows 7 and Windows 8.1 is officially not supported no more by Windows. No more software support, as well as security support. But you still can use the software. Now, if you're not a gamer and it's not bothering you, then it's okay. But if you are a gamer and you use Steam, this will hurt you. Source through PC World. And I'll be putting this link in the description below so y'all could go ahead and read. Steam will no longer work for Windows 7 and Windows 8 next year. Yes, January 1st, 2024, Steam will no longer support Windows 7 as well as Windows 8. Now, if you still want to go ahead and keep using Steam, you guys will be on Windows 10 as well as Windows 11. But coming January 1st, 2024, Steam will no longer be supported on Windows 7, 7 Pro, Windows 8 as well as Windows 8.1 due to security discontinuing with the software, as Microsoft walked away with one of their most best softwares operating system that they have developed after ending support to Windows XP, one of their worldwide leading software with that. And it says right here, despite releasing more than 13 years ago, Windows 7 is still remembered more fondly than the operating system that came both before and after. It's probably why one of 20 Windows machine is still running it. But if you are a PC gamer, it might finally be time to let it go. According to the new support page, PC game market juggernaut Steam will stop supporting the operating system on January 1st, 2024. Oh, and the same goes for Windows 8. No, not that anybody cares. Yes, we still do care. And I'm still using Windows 7 as well as Windows 8. My gaming rig is on Windows 8. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not getting rid of my Windows 8.1 Pro. I'll still be using Epic Games. Now, I use basically Steam for basically my arcade classic games, puzzle games, etc., RPG games. But Steam, shame on you. You're forcing people to buy new hardware, which they don't have to. But it's up to us whether we want to go ahead and jump Windows 7 or Windows 8 and move on to Windows 10 as well as Windows 11. Next question. Is AMD and NVIDIA all about the money and not the consumers? Absolutely. AMD and NVIDIA are getting greedy. They're more worried about the dollar than the consumer. They got new AM5 motherboards out, CPUs that are highly expensive. The motherboards run the range from $189 all the way up to $500. Hardware is just getting ridiculous, and with NVIDIA 4000 series, the 4090 running from the range of $1599 all the way up to $2099, and as well as the 4080, same thing, $1599 to $1899. I mean, it's getting ridiculous, and we understand why PC building is becoming to be a scarce now. It's not affordable. AMD and NVIDIA only worrying about the developers and the dollar, so the developers can get paid because they use a lot of chipsets from a lot of manufacturers where they got to get paid. So yes, AMD and NVIDIA are getting greedy and not caring about the consumer. So we don't have no more budget friendly on the new platforms. and NVIDIA just losing their damn minds like always. Alrighty, moving right along. Now, a lot of y'all know my price lists are awesome. How do I know what resolution I'm going with in the GPU without benchmarking the GPU in gameplay? That's a good question, because every time I do a price list, a lot of people give me thumbs down. One, I'm gonna make it strictly clear to game enthusiasts, I do not do show and tell. Two, I'm not competing with any game enthusiasts as they build gaming PCs. The marketing point of it is a little ridiculous. This is one reason why I focus on a budget point to a consumer that has the money in their pockets. You could build a good, decent rig from $800 to $1,500. If you're going to the $800 mark, you can go ahead and trust the used market, but make sure you trust the seller that is selling the used parts, because a lot of sellers that selling refurbished parts are out to get you. They'll sell you broken down products without letting you know that once you get it and you get everything going, in about a week or two, it falls short. You get no post, no nothing. That happened to me a couple of times. But how do I know to test a GPU and what resolution I'm going in with? All right, let me get right into that. Alrighty, if I'm going with the GTX 1660 Super, which it is a 1980 by 1080 GPU for resolution for gaming. If you do it in 2560 by 1440, it is low FPS. So if you don't mind the low FPS, the 60 frames per second, the 58 to 37, and you say, okay, this is still good for me, then it's okay. Now, if you're trying to pump it in 3840 by 2160, forget about it. And it says right there, unplayable. Tech Power is the reliable source I look up for GPUs. I get the information right here in my face. All the information is here. As you see here is on the GPU name TU166. GPU variant is TU11630-300A1. Architect is a Turing. Founder is TSMC. Processor size is 12 nanometers, so on, so on, so on. It is on PCIe 3.0 x16. It's in the Gen G4 16 gen in the processor of the GeForce 10 series, as well as the GeForce 20 series. It is still active. Price range is $229 as they launched. Now, you can still get this GPU used for low as $180. Now, but just like I said, if I'm going into 1080p, this is one of the cards, the GTX 1660 Super. Now, if I'm going with another second 1080p card I love the most, and this is more recent, is the RTX 3058 gigabyte. Now, a lot of game enthusiasts compare this with the card and on a 1440p monitor. It tells you right here. So when you go buy these cards, read the box and what resolution are you planning in. This is how I know. This is how my prices are good. And I pick the parts for first time builders who have saved the money up to go ahead on and build their system for the first time and get into a little content creation, etc., and a little gaming. When they come home from work, they want to play their games, or they want to go ahead and play tag teams such as Fortnite, Call of Duty, etc. This is where I go. Now, as you see, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 8GB resolution gameplay, 1920 by 1080, and it's good. Once you see this green light, this green square check, you're good to go. That means you will have no issues in 1080p. Now, if you're on a 1080p monitor that is 60 hertz to maybe 100 hertz refresh rate, then you're good to go. But as you see here in 1440p, it is low frame per second. Once again, if you play those hardcore demanding titles from game developers on a 1440p refresh rate monitor, probably 144 refresh rate, etc., you would get sluggish, low FPS. And don't put it on a 2160 or 4K monitor because it is unplayable. So now moving right along to the next card that I think that is good. I don't have it up here, but I'm going to put it up here, is the RX 6700 XT, which I'm going to go ahead and put that in for you right now. I put the wrong one up there. Now, the AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT is a 12 gigabyte graphic card. It goes two ways. It goes for 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p, and it goes 2560 by 1440p. This is a good card that I use for 1440p. If I'm saying I'm doing a 1440p price list and I'm trying to keep it in a budget, that is where I'm going with this card here. The next card is the ARC A750. Same thing, 8 gigabyte. Game resolution is 1920 by 1080p, 2560 by 1440p. As you see, it's all checked in green, so you're good to go on both areas. And the last one is the ARC A750, 1920 by 1080, as well as 2560 by 1440. Now, these are the cards that I go to for my gameplay. And the other one's supposed to be the 770, which is the 16 gigabyte, the same thing. Let me go ahead and put that in right quick so y'all can go ahead and see. Sorry about that, viewers. The 16 gigabyte card is same thing, but it's just 16 gigabyte. Now, one thing game enthusiasts did with the Intel Arc, they start demoralizing it. One thing I don't do, I don't demoralize it. Intel had sent out some fixable drivers to fix the previous drivers. They did. So download the new drivers when you get this card. Now, if you're not into gaming and you do a lot of photo render and video editing, those cards that I showed you are good to go for those resolutions. Now, for a game enthusiast, if you're coming in the gaming market video for the first time and you sit down and say, hey, I don't want to buy a 1440p monitor, I want to go ahead on and get me a 1080p monitor, 60 to 100 refresh rate, megahertz refresh rate, then you're good to go with the 1080p. But if you're on the 1440p, then you could go ahead and get the RX 6700 XT, the ARC 750, as well as the ARC 770. I'll be putting all that description, all the links in the description below, so you go ahead on and read and be happy with what you do in your gameplay. And two, don't demoralize the Intel Arc. It's a new card on the market. Intel doing pretty good with the card. It's affordable. And that's another thing I'm gonna mention. Those cards I mentioned are affordable. If you're going used, you could probably get it in the $100 to $200 range. But if you're going brand spanking new, which I suggest that you do, you can get it for no more than $350 to no more than $400. All right, moving right along. Am I willing to do collaborations with other creators or sponsorships? Absolutely yes. Now I know I'm building my my subscribers, so most content creators don't reach out to other content creators that has low subscribers, but it really don't bother me. If you want to collaborate with me, my email will be in the link in the description below. You can go ahead and send that out, and I will get back with you. Also, keep in mind, if you are a bogus scammer, I'm just gonna come straight. If you are a scammer, my Google Gmail account will automatically flag your Gmail as a scam email and automatically block you. So be truthful to yourself as well as your brand. If you want to work with me, do a little quick collaboration, I'm all in for it. I'd love to, whether you are a small creator like me and growing your channel, or you're a big creator that already up there over 1,000 and up there. I would love to do that. I mean, creators all together, we need to work together, grow together, and build this platform, make it more stronger and better for newcomers that is coming into being as Marquez Brownlee say, Mr. Brownlee, MKHD, being a producer. Yes, that's what we are. We sit down here, we make these videos for the viewers to enjoy. And on the collaboration part, as an enthusiast or any sponsorship of building PCs, I'm all in for it. Just reach out to my email address, which will be listed in the link in the description below, and I'll get right back with you. All right, moving right along. Do I feel comfortable in demoralizing tech hardware? Absolutely not. Because our tech came a long way. Now, I built my first system in 2000 using the Socket 370, the Intel Pentiums, low budget system, low profile system. I used Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows XP. I didn't use Vista, but Vista was more like Windows 98, a basic office clerical system that allowed you to browse the internet. But game enthusiasts decided, say, hey, we need to do more with the OS. So Microsoft listened to the gamers, enthusiasts, and they started making their software more compatible to play these video games from these game developers to go ahead and have it download their platform on Windows, and we can enjoy. Demoralizing tech, no, because like I said, we came a long way doing tech. And I appreciate where we're at now. But just like I mentioned, it is getting a little too unaffordable for the consumers market. We are the budget. Game enthusiasts breach the platform. A lot of manufacturers say, oh, y'all doing this? Okay, we're gonna keep pushing the bar. And by doing that, it made our hardware a little less affordable. Now, if you are using gaming consoles like the Xbox, the PS4, PS5, and of course, a PS4, Xbox, PS5 gaming consoles will sell more faster than a gaming PC. Why? Because they are very affordable. You can get the PS5 for what? Just a regular basic one starting from $299, and if you're going with the Xbox Series X, etc., from $299 on to like $499. So you save yourself quite a bit of money than building a $1,500 to $1,800 system. Exactly. Now, demoralizing hardware, like I said, we came a long way for it. No, I don't do that. That's not what my channel is about. Demoralizing any other content creators, no, I don't believe in doing none of that because that is very unprofessional. I try to keep my channel more professional, more basic, more simple, ease going. Just like I had one of my subscribers who I subscribed to his channel too. He said, Ron, you love building pieces with old hardware. Yes, I could do an FM2 Plus platform. I could do an AM3 platform. I could do a 1151, any platform from Gen 1 to where we at now, to Gen 12. I'm not going to Gen 13 because that's more high end, and those parts on Intel are very expensive. And that's where we leave at now, is that our hardware are getting less affordable for us to continue building PCs. I mean, back in the days, buy your parts, be happy, put your system together. You ain't had to buy no mediocre pre-built. You got to sit down and examine the parts. You buy this stuff. Oh, this is not done right after you open it up and look inside of it. So you got to tear it down and redo it all over again. That's one reason why I stay away from pre-builts. And I encourage a lot of people, if you are getting into building your system for the very first time, I do a basic budget price list for your needs. Now, if you don't have the money and you say I ain't got time for that, buy your gaming console. You better off buying a gaming console than building a PC, because the game enthusiasts made it more unbearable to build PCs, because it's all about preference, it's all about high-end parts, and it's all about the FPS per dollar. Alrighty, moving right along. And that concludes Ron on Ron. I want to thank y'all for watching. I will be coming out with episode 2 shortly. I'm coming with more questions I have on my mind that concerns what's been going around for 2 weeks now in the tech world. So y'all gonna be looking for that within 2 weeks. I gotta get everything together. Everything is good with this. I love doing run on run, breaking everything together, making it simple, clean, quick, and easy. And I want to thank y'all for watching. If you like this video segment, hit the like button. If you have any comments or anything I could change, please post your comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.